Good afternoon. My name is Grace Deck. On behalf of the Chanhassen High School 2013 graduates, we would like to welcome you to the third commencement exercises of Chanhassen High School.
Добро пожаловать, меня зовут Оксана Бак. От имени Chanhassen Высшей школы 2013 года выпускников мы приветствуем вас на третьей выпуске учеников Chanhassen Высшей школы.
Galab wanaagsan magacaygu waa Maxamed maanta Chanhassen High School aan qalan jebinaya.
Sabaydi Kanoi Nang Steffi Hong, Nainam Nakian High School Teacher Hassan, Sok Bi Hian, Song Pansip Sam, Kanoi Yindi, Don Hub Tutuk Tan, Tima Huam Naimini, Kokop Jai.
大家下午好，我的名字是 Donald， 在此我代表全海省高中2013届毕业生，热烈欢迎诸位参加全海省高中第3届毕业典礼。
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Evelyn Rebollar González. En nombre de los graduados de Chanhassen 2013, nos gustaría darle la bienvenida a la tercera ceremonia de graduación de Chanhassen High School.
Boa tarde, senhoras e senhores. Meu nome é Alejandro Barredo. No nome dos formados de 2013 de Chanhassen High School, gostaríamos de dar-lhes as boas-vindas à terceira cerimônia da formatura de nossa escola. Beleza?
Xin chào buổi chiều, tên tôi là Nam Mỹ. Tôi muốn chào đón các bạn đến dự lễ ra trường chiều nay ở Chanhassen. Xin cảm ơn.
Assalamu alaikum. Mera naam Mahin Sheikh hai. Main class of 2013 ko Hushamatid kehti hu.
God ettermiddag. Mitt navn er Tilla Soli, og på vegne av Chanhassen videregående skoles avgangselever ønsker jeg deg velkommen til den tredje immakuleringshøytideligheten. Tusen takk.
Mabuhay, ako po si Giancarlo Nogan. Ini-invite namin kayong lahat sa ikatlong pagtatapos sa Chanhassen High School.
بعد از ظهر بخیر. اسم من هست آسناق میرزای. از طرف دانش آموزون کلاس 12 چنهاسن های سکول شرکت شما را در این گیردامی تبریک میگوییم.
Yom Tov Hashan Shalei Mishal Elchak. Besfel graduates Hahader Shel Chanhassen Shitibelmas Ulam Ushala Asad. Brahan Habian.
You guys look great. Good afternoon. My name is Tim Dorway, and I have the honor of serving as principal of Chanhassen High School. It is my pleasure to welcome you, members of the graduating class, District 112 staff, Superintendent Bauk, representatives of the Board of Education, parents, relatives, and friends, to Chanhassen High School's third ever commencement exercises. Before we begin our addresses this afternoon, I would like to first thank our student musicians and their directors for sharing their talents with us this afternoon. The Chanhassen High School Symphonic Winds under the direction of Mr. Paul Swanson. The Chanhassen High School Concert Choir under the direction of Mrs. Sarah Gilbertson. I would also like to take a moment to introduce those on stage with us today, and I'd like to ask them to stand and remain standing and ask you to please hold your applause until all of them have been recognized. Superintendent Dr. Jim Bauk, Ms. Carol Bobb, School Board Member, Ms. Lisa Anderson, School Board Member, Ms. Heather Nelson, School Board Member, Mr. Tim Klein, School Board Member, Mr. Fred Berg, School Board Member, Mr. Jeff Ross, School Board Member, Ms. Amy Logue, School Board Member, Mr. Jim Swearingen, Assistant Principal, Mr. Mark Showquist, Assistant Principal, Mr. Dick Unger, Assistant Principal and Athletic Director, and Mr. Andy Powell, Teacher. And Mr. Swearingen will now introduce our first student speaker today.
Good afternoon. It's my honor to introduce our first student speaker of the afternoon, Ms. Daria Briel. Daria is the daughter of Mark and Mary Briel. While a student at Chanhassen High School, Daria has been involved in National Honor Society, Symphonic Winds, Concert Choir, and Student Council. She also served as the first ever president of our Student Senate. Outside of school, Daria has studied for dance for 15 years. Her favorite type of dance is lyrical. She also has been a member of the Chaska Figure Skating Club since 2001. Next year, she will attend Carleton College in Northfield, Minnesota, where she intends to major in political science. Today, Daria's address is entitled The Class of 2013, Making History and Making a Difference. Please welcome your Student Council Co-President, Ms. Daria Briel.
Welcome and thank you once again for joining us for the graduation ceremony of the class of 2013 at Chanhassen High School. I am honored to be speaking to my classmates, District 112 staff, and our special guests of family and friends. My name is Daria Briel, and I have served as the president of the Student Senate and the co-president of the Student Council over this past academic year. I would like to personally congratulate all of the seniors for their accomplishments that have led them here today. This commencement is not only a time to celebrate all of our graduating seniors for their dedication and commitment to their education, but it is also a time to acknowledge the historic nature of this specific ceremony and the many firsts for which our class has been responsible over the past 4 years. As Chanhassen High School first opened in the fall of 2009, our class had the unique opportunity to be the first class ever to complete all 4 years at this high school. Indeed, since we were the first freshman class at Chanhassen High School, our class will always be one to remember. However, this significant first certainly does not stop there. Our class has been responsible for major landmark moments in our high school's history, including being the first class to complete the capstone project graduation requirement, the first class to benefit from link orientation and then turn around and become link leaders ourselves, and the first class to produce a state champion in speech. Additionally, our Storm High Kick dance team, which was led primarily by seniors, qualified for the state dance tournament for the first time ever this past academic year. The class of 2013 had the privilege of building, in substantial part, the foundation of traditions in numerous facets of our school and community. Our class established what we believed to be the most important elements of our school, worked to create the specific type of community that we wanted both in and out of school, and set the standard for this caliber of the accomplishments that we achieved as both students and citizens. There have been so many instances in the past 4 years when we have been asked the question, what do we want to become as a student body as we establish the traditions going forward? Our collective accomplishments in the areas of academics, activities, arts, and athletics clearly demonstrate how we acted on this critical question. The class of 2013 at Chanhassen High School took 800 advanced placement exams over the past 3 years, which is 33% more than any other graduating class in our school's history. I can proudly report that one student from our class is a National Merit finalist. Additionally, students from our class were among the national qualifiers in speech. Many of our students won the Minnesota Scholastic Art Gold Key and Silver Key Awards. Furthermore, students from the class of 2013 were recognized with Best in Sight honors in region competitions for instrumental and vocal ensembles. Notably, the Washington Post also acknowledged our efforts to strive for excellence when it named Chanhassen High School the 8th most academically challenging school in Minnesota and the 604th most academically challenging school in the nation. Newsweek/The Daily Beast also ranked our high school in the top 1,000 public schools for proving to be the most effective in turning out college-ready graduates. Our class consists of outstanding young men and women who have dedicated themselves to building the most positive learning environment that is possible at our high school. Our class is truly an extraordinary example of the exceptional personalized learning, which is the motto of School District 112. As evidenced by the outstanding achievements of our class, we are a disciplined and committed group of students. While balancing rigorous academic schedules, we have also been able to simultaneously incorporate into our lives our other talents and passions. The members of the class of 2013 do not simply do what is expected of them, the minimum in terms of what is expected of them. Rather, I often talk to students with numerous advanced placement classes and involvement in more activities than they can enumerate in just a few words, and a busy schedule filled with athletics and rehearsals. We engage ourselves out of a genuine desire to challenge ourselves and to make a difference at our school and in our community. I am confident that we have put forth our best efforts to set exemplary standards for those who will follow us at Chanhassen High School. Although we will be graduating and pursuing the next steps in our life journeys, we will always be able to come together as a group of students who started together at Chanhassen High School. We will always be able to identify with one another as graduates of this school, no matter where our lives take us. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for your respective accomplishments that have led you here today. This graduation marks the beginning of the rest of our lives. All of us seniors will now experience a substantial shift from our status as high school students to young adults pursuing our individualized and personal aspirations. I am certain that the knowledge that we have gained, the relationships that we have built, and the experiences that we have shared at Chanhassen High School will immensely benefit all of us as we continue to move forward in life. I want to personally express to my classmates my best wishes for continued success in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations once again to Chanhassen High School's class of 2013. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The graduating class has selected Mr. Andy Powell as their staff speaker this afternoon. Mr. Powell just completed his 24th year of service to students in our school district, where he has taught psychology, MSU psychology, AP government, and philosophy and ethics. He obtained his undergraduate degree from Luther College and his master's degree in education from the University of St. Thomas. Like Mr. Powell, Mr. Dorway is a fan of the greatest professional team of all times, the Green Bay Packers. And he will never, ever be forgotten for his trendy salmon pants. His address today is titled, "How Did I Get Here?" Please welcome the pride of Wausau, Wisconsin, Mr. Andy Powell.
Truth be told, the pants are more lipstick red than salmon. But I guess that's splitting hairs. Good afternoon. Thank you, graduates, for this humbling honor to speak with you this afternoon. It truly is something that I look forward to and cherish the opportunity to have this afternoon. Graduates, today we are here to celebrate a significant milestone in your life. Milestones are meaningful because they typically are accompanied by the sense that we've achieved something worthwhile or noteworthy. High school graduation is certainly one of the memorable milestones of one's life. You have fulfilled the educational expectations of society and endured a lengthy, grueling, challenging, thrilling, and ultimately rewarding journey. You can now check it off the list of expectations placed before you and move confidently toward the next thing to accomplish. Milestones are to be celebrated and applauded and provide us a chance to take stock of the people we are now and the people we hope to be in the future. Recently, I had the opportunity to achieve a type of milestone myself. Okay, it was just a birthday. But it was one of those birthdays. You know the ones, 13, 16, 18, 21, 30, 40, and so on. Mine was the first so-on birthday. That's right, I turned 50 a few weeks ago, and I have come to see it as a sort of milestone. I can say truthfully, I did not dread the idea or avoid the reality of turning 50. It felt perfectly natural in every way. Honestly, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to feel like or how I was supposed to answer when people asked me, "Hey, Powell, what does it feel like to be old?" Old? Me? I'm not sure what I felt. Mostly just weird, I guess. Sort of like, yeah, how did I get here? Whatever the answer, I'm mostly just appreciative to take on another decade of life. As I said, I didn't feel much drama with the event until one day when I received something in the mail. The envelope was fairly nondescript, but also gave me a sense that I needed to open it and study its contents carefully. Inside was an invitation. I was being asked to join the AARP. For you graduates, AARP stands for American Association of Retired Persons. I've got the card right here. What? Retired? Now, isn't that synonymous with senior citizen? Now, hold on a second. My mind raced from confusion to anger to disbelief and finally to resignation, along with my expression, I guess, as my wife was busting a gut at my flabbergasted state. Me, an AARP member? Well, I've decided to embrace the idea, and tonight I'm not here to deliver a graduation speech, but rather to announce my retirement. It's been real. Thanks for everything. If I leave now, I think I can get home in time for the Wheel of Fortune. So, okay, well, I guess before I go, I can pass on a few thoughts. I've decided that's one of the privileges of being 50. I can dispense advice, even if no one really wants it. But maybe I shouldn't call it advice. That sounds rather presumptuous, like something you get from someone who was wise, which is really something I've never been accused of. How about we just call them tips, or maybe just helpful suggestions, ideas from someone who's been walking the planet for around 18,277 days, give or take, and I did the math. What you do with them is up to you. I'm not confident enough to know if I really know a whole lot about anything, but here goes. If someone asks you to dance, say yes. Sometimes it might be easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. It's easier to be kind than it is to be cruel. Never go to bed angry. Choose a career you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Say thank you. Work up a sweat at least once a day. Choose your battles and expect to lose some of them. You can't get to Friday without going through Monday. Spend less energy trying to change others and more on trying to change yourself. Never stop trying to figure things out. Always be on the lookout for the next opportunity. Don't fear failure. Fear quitting. There is a solution to every problem. Quit taking it personally. Say it in your head first. Be proud of your calluses. Every once in a while, let someone else pick the movie. Give 2 arm hugs. Own your mistakes, especially the biggest ones. Don't assume there won't be heartache. If you get a chance to hit a home run, enjoy the trip around the bases. Never lose your dignity over a sporting event. There is no shame in asking for help. Remember to take your own advice. Bad moments make good times even sweeter. Be ready to work hard. And most importantly, let the people you love know it. Often. Whether cliche, unoriginal, or absurd, that's what I have to offer. Life is wondrous, and we really never know what's going to happen next, which makes it exhilarating as well. Ultimately, you have to decide what to make of things and learn to trust the instincts that will guide you. They are there. Your attitude and effort are ultimately about the only things you get to control. Keep working towards those milestones, and when you get to them, celebrate. Walk tall, and take a moment to appreciate what you've done. You really are the captain of your ship, so find your course and follow it boldly. If you get lost, we'll find you. Now get out there, you graduates of 2013, and show us what you've got. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Our second student speaker this afternoon is Haley Spratt. Haley is the daughter of Ron and Terry Spratt. While at Chanhassen High School, she served as the speech team captain and was also a member of the National Honor Society. Some of Haley's favorite memories while at Chan are from the traveling speech trips including the time that Mr. Prax and Mr. Roder sang the Backstreet Boys on the way to Chicago. She lists Miss Cheryl Peterson as one of her favorite teachers in high school. Next year, Haley will attend Loyola University in Chicago. There she has been admitted to the Interdisciplinary Honors Program. Her speech today is entitled, "It's All Semantics." Please welcome Haley Spratt.
Administration, family, friends, and finally, fellow graduating class of 2013. Let me be the umpteenth person to welcome and congratulate you this evening. There are times in your life when you're going to get a lot of advice. The first time you fail the driver's test and your parents remind you to stop at the stop signs. The first time you take the ACT and your parents remind you to bring extra batteries for your calculator. The first time you total the car and your parents remind you to keep your eyes on the road. Right, Dad? And when you graduate high school and everyone gives you advice of what to do next. Even some of the not so helpful variety, like when my uncle told me to enjoy college because the rest of your life's gonna suck. Most advice, well-intended or not, can seem like just words. Individually, words seem like commonplace, ordinary things. But when placed together, they have the ability to extract emotion, inspire thought and action, and literally change the world. Throughout the course of my life, if there is one thing I have learned to value, it is words. Words have played a large part in all of our lives. We speak them, read them, and we share them. And they have never been more important than in high school. Especially this high school. We are the first class to open the doors as freshmen and close them as seniors. With that, we have had the amazing opportunity to shape this high school for years to come. And we did that through our words. Sports teams use encouraging words to motivate their teammates through the heartbreaking losses and exhilarating triumphs. We as a class took the sports programs from underdogs to contenders in just 4 years. The arts programs use their words to make people laugh, cry, and look at the world in a new way. Clubs use their words to give back to the community and improve the lives of countless others. Academic teams put our school on the map from the very beginning, competing with their words. Yearbook and newspaper shared our collective stories. And most importantly, we as a class have used our words to support each other. And in the past year, to rally support for fellow classmate Colin Clark in his time of need. We are a diverse group of students who have used our words to support each other, no matter how different our 4 years might have been. Regardless, here we are today, looking forward to life's next adventure. We may be college-bound, heading into the workforce, or enlisting into the military. But no matter where our lives are taking us, it is certain that words will be playing an even greater role in our lives. By themselves, words are not complicated things. They are everyday and mundane. But behind the simple nature lies the transformative power of words. I implore you that as we move forward to the next phase in our lives, that we consider the great impact our words can have and what we can do with them. Words are the single most powerful weapon in the world, and we can wield them however we choose. Minnesota teen Zach Sobiak used his last words to write songs to leave behind for his family after he passed. Instead, he has touched the lives of millions and inspired them to live their lives to the fullest. In the simplest of ways, Zach changed lives. So, let's go out and inspire people with what we have to say. Let's lead movements and use our passion to change the world for the better. We must also recognize the healing power in words. Saying, "I'm sorry," can move mountains. And even the bitter, "I was wrong," can have a profound impact on another person. Let us not be intimidated by the words that are hard to say. We must use our words to stand up for what we believe in, no matter the consequences. Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani teenager who used her words to advocate for women's educational rights, and despite the risk of speaking up, made her voice heard. This past year, she was one of Time's 100 most influential people at the age of 15. While not all of our words may solve world problems, I guarantee that if we use them for the greater good, that we will have a profound impact on others. And isn't that all we can hope for? To change just one life. As Mother Teresa once said, kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. The words that we choose from this day forward will define how the world sees us. Let us choose the right words to represent who we are. It is up to each and every one of us in this room. What will your words be? Will you use them to inspire and motivate others? Will you use them to stand up for what you believe in? Or will you help someone else with simply a word? As we leave this room today, preparing ourselves for the endless stream of advice from our elders, I hope that you'll place value in every word that's said. While it may seem like just words to us now, the advice is coming from the hearts of others, and we may find these words important later, when we don't have our parents there to guide us. It will be time for us to turn those words into valuable guidance that will help us navigate our way from right and wrong. I know that the advice of my parents, to be a leader and to make good choices, will never leave me. I believe in my heart of hearts that the world future leaders, philanthropists, and dreamers sit in this room. And the key to all of our success may lie in something as simple as a single word. So go forth and do good. But remember to keep your words close to your heart.
This spring, I was approached by an impressive group of seniors about honoring the life of a young man who was a member of the class of 2013. These students requested in writing that we honor Colin James Clark with an honorary diploma. With that request in hand, I solicited the input of our building leadership team, our department chairs, the Chanhassen High School Parent Leadership Council, district administration, and most importantly, our student graduation committee and student council leadership. The input was unanimous. It is my honor to introduce you to seniors J.J. Hogel, Aaron McGovern, Amy Eiden, Nick Dockendorf, and Nick Etzel, who will be sharing their nomination with you.
It is an honor to request this honorary diploma for Colin James Clark. For those of you who don't know him, Colin was diagnosed with brain cancer in March of 2012, so a little over a year ago. This diagnosis led to him being taken out of school his senior year and separated completely from his friends. So we were asked to tell a little of his story. But when you think of a story, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's my problem. Where do you start Colin's story? You have to start at the beginning, right? And a lot of people would suggest that it starts with his seizure in school that led to his diagnosis. But that's not the beginning of the story. The beginning of the story for Colin is so much more than that. Because the beginning is an intro, an introduction to an entire person. And Colin is so much more than just a kid with brain cancer. He's a student who wanted to go to college, a teammate who practiced hard, a friend who would make you laugh, and a son to a proud mom. So that was my problem with telling his story. It doesn't just start with someone getting brain cancer. It starts with this guy who was so nice and so enjoyable, and he was dealt the worst hand possible, and he dealt with it the best way anyone ever could. So we still wanted to make it a little bit better for him, so we nominated him for this honorary diploma. So why is Colin deserving of this honorary diploma? Well, just over a year ago, I sat across the table from a classmate who was still learning even though he was been diagnosed with cancer. A friend who was still laughing even if it was for my sake. An athlete who still wanted to win even everything was against him. But what I saw that truly amazed me is that it was still the same Colin. He didn't let this change him. He'll still argue with me until the end of days whether golf is a sport or not. He's still the same wonderful person that brightened our lives before and after the diagnosis.
Today is about showing what we've learned and how far we've come. And I can't think of anyone else who has taken greater strides this year as well as last but Colin. A shocking diagnosis gave him a new perspective on life, an appreciation for a loving family and friends who stand behind him while he fights, as well as school and an education. So while today is about knowledge and where we acquired it from, there's so much more we can learn from Colin, and that's why he's deserving of this diploma.
Graduation diplomas are received by those who have worked hard throughout high school and are deserving of recognition because of this. Colin Clark didn't deserve the circumstance that was handed to him, yet he worked harder than many of us. He is beyond deserving of an honorable diploma.
Colin Clark should receive an honorary diploma in order to show him that the community of Chanhassen High School will continue to support him even after graduation.
In my opinion, I think that Colin Clark should receive an honorary diploma because he is an inspiration to others. He is a role model to everyone and proves that any hardship is passable when you have friends and to help you through it.
We have no doubt that Colin deserves this honor. He has brought the school together and touched everyone's heart by showing true character through this difficult struggle. Colin has earned this, and in his words, "I don't fight for myself, but for all of you, I'm still here." Thank you.
As you can see, a small group of these students and staff were able to celebrate with Colin, his mother, his sister, and his grandmother last week. We shared laughter, cake, and beverages, and the students presented Colin with his yearbook, which was signed by his classmates and staff. It was one of the most touching things I've ever been a part. Before we left, we presented him his honorary diploma, which reads, "This certifies that Colin James Clark has satisfactorily completed the prescribed criteria of the schools of Eastern Carver County and is therefore awarded this honorary diploma." Colin and his family are watching this right now via Skype, and we really want to make him smile. So let's give him one more round of applause. As this is my third year with the students before us, I feel as though I know this class probably better than the previous two. We've grown together, shared some fun memories, and a great sense of accomplishment. The graduating class before us is tremendous. Our school community has leaned heavily on them for their leadership, asking them to help lead and create a culture of success, as well as a tradition of service to others. Since Daria focused a lot on their accomplishments earlier, I thought I might add a few fun memories in addition to some of those accomplishments. Who could, of course, forget the salmon pants? We together had the daily pleasure of seeing our student supervisor, Pat, wheel himself around the building this senior year. It made my day every day. I know we all thoroughly enjoyed and valued our district's implementation of the new federal school lunch initiatives, which included a reduction in the amount of protein by 2 ounces for each serving. Look at me. Can't you tell it worked? The seniors before you watched our entire staff fumble over and make fools of ourselves at the back-to-school pep fest this past fall. One highlight was seeing Mr. Lund have concrete smashed on his body while lying on a bed of nails. Did you see that? It was impressive. The class of 2013 set the bar with the highest large school scores on the science MCA exams in the state of Minnesota. They led our athletic teams to the overall conference championship in academics. Over 4 years, they helped provide leadership to our school, and during that time at Chanhassen High School, in 4 key areas of our student climate survey, we saw an average increase of 19.5% in level of satisfaction. Our students before you accepted academic and athletic scholarships in excess of $3.2 million. They've been admitted to the likes of Cornell College, the University of Minnesota, UND St. Cloud State, St. John's, Concordia, the College of St. Benedict, the Winona State University, the University of St. Thomas, the University of Minnesota Morris, the Regency Beauty Institute, University of Notre Dame, Montana State, Michigan State University, Whitman College, Drake University, and not one but 2 appointments to the Air Force Academy, as well as multiple branches of the armed services. That's just to name a few. Class of 2013, our school community owes you a big congratulations, and most importantly, a thank you. Chair Bob is the principal of Chanhassen High School, and on behalf of the faculty and staff who've had the privilege of working with these students, it is my honor to present to you and the school board of the schools of Eastern Carver County 371 graduates from the class of 2013 for the awarding of their diplomas.
Thank you, Principal Dorway, Superintendent and fellow board members, faculty and staff, and most importantly, our graduates and the family and friends that you have here this afternoon. On behalf of the school board of the Independent School District 112 and the schools of Eastern Carver County, I am both honored and proud to accept the class of 2013 for the awarding of their diplomas. Congratulations, graduates, to both you and your families, and we wish you all the best in your life's journey. Thank you.
In a few seconds, each student in the graduating class will be called by name to cross the stage and receive his or her diploma. It is the culmination of 13 years of education captured in one brief and special moment. As I asked the class this morning during rehearsal to honor, respect, and support one another during these presentations, I ask you tonight to hold your cheering and applause until all students' names have been called and cross the stage, and each student, first to last, has enjoyed that special moment for themselves and their families. Readers, please bring the students forward at this time.
Nicholas William Seward.
Adam Zachary Sauer.
Austin Dara Agamirzai.
Karina Ann Baldwin.
Mohammed Mukhtar Ahmed.
Kipton Robert King Behringer.
Daniel Quinn Allen.
Alejandro Barrero Pujol.
Chase Alexander Altaf.
Lindsay Elisa Barrera.
Natalie Rose Anderson.
Jackson Elliott Bartlett.
Parker William Anderson.
Samantha Jo Beck.
Ryan Christopher Anderson.
Nicole Ryan Becker.
Natalie Jane Anderson DeChantel.
Catherine Nicole Bell.
Kyle Bradley Annenson.
Kelsey Elizabeth Bell.
Daniel Aaron Arbuckle.
Catherine Rose Benson.
Ellie Jeanette Augustine.
Sydney Lynn Berg.
Michael Winton Bader.
Maggie Jean Besser.
Ian Connor Russell.
Brandon Donald Flanders.
Melanie Page Smith.
Jeffrey George Nettesheim.
Jordan Elaine Goldberg.
Haley Billingsley Spratt.
Jordan Danielle Matthews.
Alice Marie Thompson.
Grace Eliza Deck.
Daria Marin Briol.
Hans Wolfgang Bernhansel. Cody Vi Burkell. Carrie Renee Blake. Bryson Scott Burkholder. Oksana Angela Bach. Harrison Vincent Busalaki. Alyssa Ann Boddicker. Stephanie Christine Callahan. Anthony Robert Bogus. Shelby Lynn Cameron. Scott Patrick Bonk. Jacob Douglas Carlson. Brianne Catherine Bottenfield. Mitchell Colton Carlisle. Zachary Dan Boyam. Jennifer Marie Castaneous. Anicia Brayboy. Tori Rose Coleman. Delaney Ray Brew. Alexi Lynn Collette. Cassidy Marie Bruin. Ryan Thomas Cook. Alec Thomas Buen. Alex Michael Kuhn. Aaron Jessaram Buchanan. Jillian Marie Costello. Christian Logan Buchanan. Danielle Louise Courtney. Catherine Rose Buckentine. Bailey Marie Cummins. Shaylin Kathy Burcham. Alex William Cunningham.
Bryant Sty Madeira Davis.
Fardosa Hassan Dahir.
Luke Gregory De Benedetto.
Grant Lewis Erickson.
Kathleen Elizabeth Deegan.
Dakota Jeffrey Erlinson.
Brooke Elizabeth Louise DeGonda.
Vincent Anthony Erpenbach.
Nicholas Lee Dockendorf.
Nicholas Michael Etzel.
Madeline Paige Doring.
Drew Dennis Fast.
Lucia Corrine Drill-Mellum.
Dylan Mark Fast.
Jake Carnett DuPont.
Nicole Marie Feedy.
Natalie Ann Eastham.
Tyler Anton Filko.
Ashley Dawn Edgett.
Bethany Rachel Fisher.
Brooklyn Anthony Edwards.
Callie Annette Fisher.
Brooke Andrea Effner.
Ian Connor Flaherty.
Benjamin John Wesley Eggleston.
John Barry Forneris.
Amy Jo Elizabeth Iden.
Nathan John Foss.
Ethan Randall Iden.
Alex Anna Fossen.
Zachary David Elder.
Alexandra Marie Fossum.
Ashley Lynn Entinger.
Ryan William Francis.
Jillian Marie Entinger.
Kelsey Lee Franz.
Andrew August Earhart.
Tessa Elizabeth Frederick.
Morgan Victoria Fry.
Alec Richard Freedy.
Daniel Stephen Furman.
Brady Edward Harms.
Maria Arlene Fumagalli.
Nicholas Walker Harrell.
Elliot Marcus Gaddis.
Kisana Ann Harrington.
Sarah Diane Gallardo.
David Gregory Hastings.
Anna Rose Gasperlin.
Jacob Tyler Hegestad.
Paige Allison Geske.
Carson James Hines.
Luba Gitsovich.
Olivia Grace Heiss.
Paige Madison Gnifke.
Broden Ryan Helmkin.
Alexander Gomez.
Sarah Marie Henriksen.
Joshi Eric Garoff.
Sarah Elizabeth Herman.
Colin Lee Grapentine.
Morgan Elizabeth Harold.
Emily Delaney Grousum.
Richard Taylor Hess.
Jacob Andrew Graves.
Catherine Ann Hill.
Andrew Mao Greenlee.
Jessica Jamie Josephine Height.
Gabriel Francis Grotius.
Kyle Todd Hoffman.
Kai Thomas Guthrie.
Jeremiah Andrew Daniel Hogel.
Jeffrey Jacob Guy.
Erica Ellen Hokanen.
Kevin Scott Hairston.
Catherine Marie Holmes.
Shay Ann Ham.
Mariah Nicole Holmes.
Brendan Lee Hansen.
Kyle David Homestead.
Annie Elizabeth Hongslow.
Steffi Helena Hong.
Ryan William Howe.
Ryan Barry Clokey.
Samantha Ann Hutt.
Trevor Thomas Kozar.
Stephanie Kim Hutt.
Jack Alden Kozlowski.
Alexis Hogan Immerman.
Jacob Ernest Kramer.
Brianna Hogan Immerman.
Elissa Grace Krish.
Austin Mackenzie Jackson.
Michael Ryan Kurth.
Matthew Christopher James.
Stephanie Adele LaHaye. Kayla Christine Jensen. Lauren K. Lance. Cole Evan Johnson. Emily Jane Laranaga. Emma Marie Johnson. Kelly Catherine Lavelle. Kayla Louise Johnson. Nam Mi Lee. Nicholas Paul Johnson. Jared Dean Leah. Nicole Lynn Johnson. Calvin Timothy Lee. Samantha Virginia Johnson. Lauren Tori Layton. Larissa Marie Julick. Michael Lelchuk. Jordan Andrew Colley. Brenna Margaret Lervick. Kendall Marie Keefe. Anna Alina Lecce. Alexa Cole Keener. Paige Nicole Lindquist. Nico Romello Kendrick. Joseph William Lamaro. Haley Shea Keyser. Brandon Wayne Lucahans. Keegan Verena Kinsella. Dylan Todd Lund.
Michaela Rose McIntosh.
Taylor Ann Lundgren.
Jenna Catherine Mady.
Rebecca Kate Lynch.
Seth Nicholas Maltby.
Annalise Nicole Nicolai.
Walker John Kraus Manning.
Donald Nia.
Joseph Reinhardt Manolis.
Samantha Marie Namira.
Nicole Lynn Marcotte.
Giancarlo Paz Nokan.
Amelia Jane Marquin.
Allison Claire O'Brien.
Brandon Reed Martinez.
Allison Joe O'Connick.
Shauna Diane McCarran.
Caleb Roy Olson.
Aaron Kelly McGovern.
Matthew Charles Olson.
Ryan Matthew McGuire.
Paige Jordan Opine.
Jasmine Chantel McKenzie.
Armand Hossein Oskui.
Sarah Maxine McClarnon.
Chad Allen Ott.
Jordan Elizabeth May Melby.
Morgan Jean Parody.
Timothy Richard Meshke.
Harlan Edward Paradise.
Nicole Christine Michaud.
Andrea Helen Parton.
Jeffrey John Michaels.
Austin Reed Patton.
Samuel Ross Miller.
Joshua Russell Pauley.
Madeline Ann Minsky.
Zachary William Pawelk.
Colin James Moldenhauer.
Connor Christian Peterson.
Evan Hoberg Moore.
Tiferet Aldriel Pena.
Elizabeth Ariana Morlock.
Bailey James Penovich.
Corey John Ness.
Madison Ann Perkins.
Daniel Robert Peterjohn.
Gina Lee Perutka.
Cody James Peterson.
Colin David Roser.
Logan Engelke Peterson.
Timothy Ryan Rowe.
Samantha Susan Peterson.
Abby Lee Rolfe.
Jolene Marie Pleckenpole.
Mackenzie Nicole Rumportal.
Natalie Christine Poppin.
Tyler Jack Roper.
Sydney Marie Potts.
Kyle James Rosendahl.
Samantha Jane Frazier.
Emily White Roseth.
Cody Jesse Preston.
Taylor Ann Rishavi.
Jacob Bilal Rabai.
Erica Nicole Sandberg.
Thomas Allen Radke.
Alexandra Savinova.
Alyssa Anne Marie Rayolo.
Elias James Scallon.
Evelyn Rebollar Gonzalez.
Lauren Nicole Schaeferly.
Michael Thomas Riley.
Ellen June Scharfenberg.
Ryan Kenneth Rendell.
Nicholas Raymond Schmall.
Daniel Joseph Rainier.
Ashley Marie Schmidt.
Anthony Daniel Revspeck.
Lucas Jonah Schmidt.
Benjamin Edward Richardson.
Michaela Tyler Schneer.
Alex James Riley.
Elena Paige Schneiderhan.
David Joseph Rivera.
Marie Nicole Schoen.
Marlene Berenice Rivera.
Laura Elena Schultz.
Lauren Alyssa Robb.
Madison Nicole Schumacher.
Jack Stewart Robertson.
James Michael Schutrop.
Darnell Mitchell Robinson Jr.
Emily Eileen Schwalen.
Jacob Paul Raker.
Emily Joe St. Martin.
Cody Jason Seal.
Dana Nicole Stanton.
Colin McCrae Seal.
John Naven Statzik.
Nicole Ashley Sievers.
Shelby Ann Steen.
Nathan Charles Self.
London Reed Stelton.
Austin Jordan Sanger.
Cassandra Rose Stendal.
Nathan Paul Severson.
Isabel Annalisa Stone.
Maheen Ahmed Sheikh.
Caitlin Olivia Storrell.
William Matthew Shaw III.
Nicholas Christopher Subak.
Victoria Price Shear.
Alexander James Sweeney.
Tyler Christian Shepard.
Tyler Joseph Sorchik.
Lauren Hallie Shiflett.
Lucas Ladislav Tabarek.
Danielle Elizabeth Siegel.
Calvin John Tentis.
Kyle Devon Simon.
Brian Michael Thien.
Harley Ray Skaya.
Rebecca Joy Thompson.
Daniel James Smith.
Cheyenne Eileen Tidrick.
Jason Daniel Smith.
Rebecca May Treetart.
Rebecca Joan Smith.
Kayla Logan Tully.
Trevor John Soley.
Matthew Allen Tyson.
Tilla Solly.
Margaret Ann Udston.
Nicholas James Sorensen.
Daniel Thomas Usher.
Derek Clark Sorensen.
Kurt Thomas Vingy.
Grace Elizabeth Sorensen.
Abby Anna Voas.
Jake Graham Spillers.
Mason Alexander Vollum.
Alexander James Wall.
Brooke Leanne Wickenhauser.
Ola Patricia Valchinska.
Trista May Wielenberg.
Sarah Elizabeth Wall.
Nathaniel John Wilson.
Aubrey Ann Warda.
Hannah Marie Witzig.
Mackenzie Claire Wiseman.
Tia Marie Wright.
Graydon Allen Wellman.
Derek Rithason Zayana.
Scott John Wenta.
Holly Nicole Yeager.
Hannah Morgan Wessels.
Carrie Elizabeth Yakey.
Gina Marguerite Westerhouse.
Emily Janet Zahn.
Christina Grace Wheeler.
Ann Linda Zellner.
Patrick Lawrence White.
And Madeline Margaret Zilka.
Lots of questions about tassels, so if you forgot, you can move it to the left-hand side now. I present to you the graduated class of 2013 for Chanhassen High School. We wish you the best in your life journey.